Okay. We're getting to the end of the story. The cliffhanger. All right. We get to the top. We said, who did he see at the top of the pit? His two brothers. Thank you. All right. When he got out of the pit, you know who he saw? Who was holding all of these people? Who was pulling all of these people? Who was the stronghold of all of these people? The king. The king, his father. The son was in shock. Father, what have you done? He looked at his father. His father was full of bleeding and wounds because pulling and working and rubbing against the dirt and just all this hard work, he was almost like half dead. He said, Father, why did you do this? Why didn't you get one of your soldiers to do it? He said, no one else can take this burden. It's too heavy for anyone else. And they wept together and they hugged. Now, let's put it together. What was the name of the song you just read? You just heard? Mishchista W'chalas. What does that mean? Okay. Meaning your birth, O Lord, is not just another story. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. This is the question I've been waiting to ask you. The three sons, which one deserved the palace? Which one deserved the palace? If you think it was the first son, raise your hand. If you think it was the second son, raise your hand. If you think it was the third son, raise your hand. If you're not thinking, raise your hand. All right. Actually, the answer is all three deserved the kingdom. Huh? It's a trick question. Why? Why? What did we say about each one? What did they all have in common? They struggled differently. They all struggled differently, but they all had one thing in common. Does anybody know what it is? Okay, I cannot hear a word you're saying, but I'm going to tell you because it's like too many people talking. But I'm going to tell you the answer. They all had their eye on the what? On the goal. Okay? They all had their eye on the Father. They all were taking a look at that palace and saying, that's what I want. They may have had pitfalls. They may have had weaknesses. They may have had times where they fell but got up. They may have had fears. They may have had many tribulations. But they all had the same goal. So they all deserved it. Now, this story has a lot, it's like a parable. You know, the person who wrote it was trying to give a message. The king obviously is who? Who's the king? God, thank you. Okay? The three sons represent who? Us. Each kinds of personality of Christians that are struggling, or people looking for the truth. Okay? The soldiers. What do you think the soldiers represented? Okay, could be priests. Huh? Huh? Angels. Okay? Saints. Okay? People that God gives us that guide us and help us to the goal. Okay? Now, we saw the story, took us full swing into the struggle, okay? And we saw that the morning prayer has this prayer. I'm going to read it one more time. I want everybody to really listen. I want everybody to really listen. Listen to the prayer again. And it should have a different meaning for you now. Preserve us and bring us to a good start. Have mercy on us according to your will forever. The night has passed. We thank you, O Lord, and we ask you to keep us this day from sin and deliver us. Every day is a new birth, a birth of Christ in our lives. And every morning we celebrate that Christmas. So Christmas is a daily event. So do we all understand the parable? We'll have a little talk later. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.